Hello Aquarius, welcome to your 15th mid-month tarot reading. So let's see, you've got a really good spread for the beginning of the month. So let's see what the energy is about and if it's going to come to fruition for you with the love situation and what you've decided to do in regards to that as well for the end of this month. Okay. So the first card I have out here is the Three of Wands. Definitely some new projects in the works for you. It's crossed by the Star, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, Four of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, the Empress, the High Priestess, Four of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so really interesting. This is basically for the mid-month of October, so it's going to run roughly from the 15th until the 31st. And what I'm sensing here is, for a lot of you, the Two of Cups is showing up in the recent past, okay? This is somebody that has come into your life, and I do feel that it's very centered around soulmate, very karmic relationship. And I did mention that for the beginning of the month as well. There is a situation coming through, and I do feel for a lot of you, it is financial projects or even business partnerships or even a romantic partnership. I do feel it is romance related, mainly because there's something here that you're trying to get off the ground. We have at the heart of the reading, Three of Wands. It's crossed by the Star. Once again, I am getting this sense of anxiety coming through where you're not really sure which way you want to go. So the Three of Wands is indicative of starting on a new venture. And this is like charting unknown territory. So a lot of you are, I do feel Aquarius as an air sign, you like the unknown and you're very eccentric and quirky. So you do like new things. However, this is an emotional, new territory, and it's making you quite uncomfortable because crossing it here is the Star, which is you really want to take the first step. The universe wants you to take that first step. Once you take the first step, the Star is going to light your way. Okay, this is your intuition. This is your sense of hopefulness and this is your sense of wonderment, I guess, in this next phase of your life. Okay, so all it takes is that you take that very first step, and then things will fall into place in order to help you, in order to guide you. So I know it's the emotional realm because you're surrounded by cups here. Four of Cups, Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups as well. And this is a really uncomfortable territory for a lot of you to walk in. So I understand the hesitation, and I also sense that you're very, very anxious here. Aquarius is the water bearer. It is a mixture of air and water, and I do sense that in order for you to navigate the energies that are coming through for you the second half of this month, you're going to have to tap into not only your intuition, but that sense of being able to relate to another person on a more emotional level. And I know it sounds really easy for other people to do, but for an Aquarius, it is extremely difficult. And that's why you're very nervous about this venture. And I do feel nervousness here because you rule the head. And as an air sign, you're very cerebral and you're very logical. And, you try to, so for example, a water sign, when information filters through, it filters through their heart. And they go through it and they sort it out and they process the information by, how does this make me feel? How do I really feel about this? Whereas for you, you're siphoning the information through your head and you're thinking to yourself, what do I think about this? How do I make sense of this? So it's all very rationality. It's all very like logic based. And that's why you're walking in very uncomfortable territory here. So rest assured, there's definitely a strong soulmate romantic type of situation coming through for you. And, like I said, this is going to run from the 15th to the 30th. So I do feel this was presented to you sometime this month. And I don't feel that you're denying it, but it's making you a little bit uncomfortable. It's hitting a little close to home, and it's actually uncharted territory on the emotional front that makes you really, really uncomfortable. So what's happening here is something has been presented and you are forged as a result of this proposal of love. I do feel you are moving forward with a new phase in your life. And what's coming in is the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. You're going to get exactly what it is that you want. For those of you who have been manifesting things in the past, especially, that ideal romantic or business partnership, it's definitely coming into the works for you. However, you've got this shield around you, so you've been waiting for it and you know it's going to come in, but there's still some hesitation here, okay? So once again, take that first step. And we know that it's an uncomfortable territory. It's uncharted territory, but it's an emotionally fulfilling venture and you're going to be fine. So, the universe is conjuring up things to light your way. So it's just a matter of taking that small step in the right direction and things will come in to guide you, okay? Because crowning this entire reading here is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups in this deck, it definitely deals with feeling very emotionally depleted. And because you are very emotionally depleted, you don't know if you're capable of being an emotionally stable and healthy relationship partner for another person. So you're thinking this through. A lot of you have been through horrible breakups, and I do see, for the past few months, a lot of disappointment on the love front where, all your cups are basically withered up, they're dry. So this is your emotional state. You feel depleted. You feel energetically drained, and you're trying to replenish yourself. And once again, you are standing in front of this river, and you're looking for love. And I do feel all you have to do is bend over and fill it up. So this is something I was also getting for Cancers and Virgos as well. So the point here is that this is a good opportunity that is coming on the table for you. It's a soulmate connection, very, very strongly indicated that it will be stable. It's coming in for you. So you really have to take the first step towards it. Once you do that, once you take the right step, what's in your environment that you're not aware of is a proposal of love. We have the Knight of Cups here in the upright position. So this is definitely somebody who's very, very sincere and who wants to be with you. So this is definitely a declaration of love. It can potentially come through I'm sensing this is an energy, not so much as a person, but it can be a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but I'm sensing this is more of an energy, okay? So this is definitely a declaration of love, something that you've been waiting for. When you first meet this person, there is a lot of what I'm getting here is either you or the other person is embarking on a very, very major milestone in your life or their life. Okay, so something is irreversible here. And as a result of it, it's kind of like the last ditch attempt in order to get something going, like a relationship going. The relationship itself, there's a very strong soul connection, a soulmate connection with the Two of Cups here. Nine of Cups, this is something that is going to fulfill you emotionally, and you have to force yourself to open up, and that's why it's so uncomfortable. But it's kind of like the last ditch attempt. If nothing else works, this is pretty much it. This is the last chance at an offer on the table here. So you really have to look at this in a more serious light. I feel that you're looking at things from your perspective, which is that you're really nervous and you're really anxious about doing this. But they're looking at it as if, this is, I guess professing your love to another person is never an easy feat. So you really have to encourage this person, okay? There's a lot of water element here. You're surrounded by water. So you're going to have to tap into that emotional connection. And I can't say it any other way than tapping into an emotional reserve that you have, sending out a response. And I do feel, love, making a gesture. So this is a woman here, if you can see, whatever your gender might be, whoever you're interested in, I do sense that you are going to have to make a gesture here, okay? I do feel the other person is making a gesture and it's coming in verbally or non-verbally. It can be just love letters as well, and you're going to have to reciprocate. This is like old school courtship because I'm getting love letters coming through from the Knight of Cups, and then some type of flowers and candy and a box of candy here. So it's old school, really, really romantic courtship coming through. In terms of your advice here, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is you, male or female, Queen of Swords in this deck. As you can see, she's got like two sides to her face, okay? So once again, Aquarius is the water bearer, but you're an air sign. So I do feel in order for this situation to play out successfully, you are going to have to access both sides of the brain, the logical and the creative side. Not only that, the heart and the head parts. And you're going to have to think about what you plan to do and how you can express yourself in a more emotional way, all right? If you are an Aquarius watching this, and I know it's hard, I'm an Aquarius myself. So if you are an Aquarius watching this and you don't know how to do that, just email me, okay? And we can work through it. But I do feel it is so important for you to do this because you're on the threshold of something really great, and you're in danger of shutting down because your rationality is taking over, and you're in really uncomfortable territory, and it's frightening. So what's external to you here is the Page of Wands. So you are dealing, for a lot of you, you're dealing with water signs and you're dealing with fire signs. So there's definitely, potentially suitors coming into the picture here. The Fire of Wands, this is also a person, a messenger that is bringing in a gift of love. One person is very, I guess one person is more like action oriented. The other one is more word, it's more vocal about it. All right. So depending, the Page of Wands is a fire sign. This can be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, and Sun, Moon, or Rising, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. So either way, there's something coming in the works here, and there's definitely a proposal of something, a courtship, a proposal for a relationship, or even permission to court. Permission to court somebody. And in your hopes and fears, you have the Empress here. And the Empress in the upright position indicates to me it's not much of a fear, it's more of a hope. And you're hoping to gain control in this situation, okay? You're hoping to balance that rational, cerebral with the romantic, emotional part of yourself. And I do feel you are going to be successful. And this is where, as for the outcome here, we do have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess indicates to me that this is where your intuition has to come through, okay? Because in the process of having to filter everything out through your head, you are in danger of rationalizing and even analyzing a situation to death, because both of these cards indicate to me lack of movement. Both cards, the women are very, very stagnant. So they're standing still in one place, and it's really hard for them to budge. And they're thinking to themselves, I mean, she's got her sword planted on the ground, so I don't feel movement here. She's got a wall of protection. These little birdies are protecting her from the courtship, from the experience, and she's waiting around, okay? And I don't see they're budging. So you really have to take a step here and make some kind of movement, because this person is coming in quite fast. This Page of Wands is making movement. You actually feel movement from him. Once again, your hopes and fears, you're the Empress, no movement here. So the High Priestess is all about timing, trying to get the timing right so that you can act on this as soon as it comes in. Because what's surrounding here in the outcome position, you have the Four of Wands reverse, and you also have the Eight of Wands reverse. So both of these indicate passion, energy, stamina, and also movement. Okay, so the Wands is the fire energy. In this situation, you can't stall too much because it's going to get delayed. So if you were dealing with this situation during the Mercury retrograde period, and you're holding out, waiting for it to end, now is the time to act. And you really need to act soon, because I do feel you have to make some choices here. So this can be two suitors, or it can just be going with, where your heart takes you, or going with where your passion takes you. So there's this dichotomy between, you know, rationality, emotions, heart, head, passion, or where your heart is guiding you. And you can't really go wrong because coming in is the wish card. Okay, you have the star and the nine of cups. Both of these are traditional wish cards, so things can't really go wrong this time. The only danger that I am sensing is the person that you're interacting with might have gotten out of a serious relationship with the Four of Wands in the reverse. So they might have gotten out of a serious relationship and they're looking for love, and it might be a little bit too soon. Additionally, what I'm sensing here is if you delay on this decision, things are not going to turn in your favor. So you have to act on it, and you have to act on it now. So I'm publishing this video on today is the 12th. Hopefully the new moon that is coming through in Libra on the 13th, it's going to activate, you know, your sign as well. So this Libra moon looks very, very fruitful, and it's indicative of new beginnings that are trying to poke in for you. Okay, so really, really try your best to make this happen for yourself. I know that in the past, a lot of you haven't been dating successfully. So this is new energies coming in through a fellow air sign that is helping you jumpstart your love life. Okay. In terms of partnerships too, I do feel one partnership has to disband in order for this situation to start. And it is going to start. It's going to have a good direction and trajectory. And in terms of new relationships, something old has to end in order for something new to begin. And I do feel that for a lot of you, there's definitely, you know, choosing between a relationship that is very emotionally fulfilling and one that is exciting, or transitioning from a relationship that might have been physically just exciting, but there was no emotional depth. So you're either way, you're going to want something that is a little bit more grounded. You're going to want something that activates, you know, your heart chakra, because as an air sign, you deal too much in the crown chakra. So that's where you want your energy focused. All right. So Aquarius, it is going to be a very, very romantic rest of the month for you. Um, I'm sensing here, I'm getting like house parties at the end of the month where, you know, things will start to magnify, like the love situation will magnify. I'm getting house parties, some type of celebration with the Four of Wands. It is also, so with the High Priestess here, you know, I don't know what you're planning to dress up as, but I do feel that a lot of you are either thinking about dressing up as a ghost, zombie ghost, something with like a veil over your head. I feel that's going to be a big hit, or like even a mummy, I'm sensing. So either way, it's going to be a big hit. And I do feel something is solidifying, possibly by okay? So it's going to be a really good half of the month. I wish you all the best. And thanks for watching. Take care of yourself and drive responsibly, all right? Take care.